Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. It is Sunday. Let's see, are we into February yet? We are almost into February here. Yeah, February 1st. So happy February, everyone. This morning's project is to replace and upgrade my existing hood solar Cascadia 4x4's VSS system. I had the original 1.0. I'm going to be upgrading to the 2.0 system, a little bit bigger, a little more charge, 15 amp solar panel. And we're going to be doing that this morning. I'm going to be getting the help with my lovely bride to assist me with this because it really is a two-person job. I've already removed the majority, other than the fitment panel, the template, but we removed the original solar last night. If you have the original on there, be prepared. It is a job. I didn't film it, but it took a couple of hours and a lot of Goo Gone to get all the adhesive off to where the hood was smooth again, but we've still got to take this layer off this morning. I'm hoping that won't be so bad, but it'll probably be a little bit more Goo Gone and a little bit more scrubbing. So once we get that off, we'll turn to with installing the new one. The template on this and the mounting system is very different than the original, where this was just mounted with adhesive. The new one is mounted with adhesive little strips, but then out of those strips are like a velcro, industrial kind of velcro that the actual solar will mount. So it allows you to remove the solar panel if you have to, and if there's an upgrade and for whatever reason you need to take it off, you sell the vehicle, whatever. I'll be filming the whole thing today, hopefully in detail. I haven't found one video on YouTube that covers the level of detail for a JL Rubicon. So this is a JL Rubicon, so vents and some unique layout. So we'll do that in detail so you can kind of see how the fitment and everything goes on it. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth. This is one of those things you're dealing with a lot of adhesive and trying to time it before it gets sticky and get it into place. But we'll go through with the project. I'm excited to get this on, and I think once the panel is on, the electrical part's pretty straightforward, but we'll cover that too. So all right, so as soon as my lovely bride is ready to go, we're going to get started. So all right, thanks. Okay, so we're making some headway here. I'm hoping once I get this to a certain point, it'll start to peel off a little bit easier. But as you can see, this is somewhat tedious. But nothing compared to yesterday to pulling that 3M off. Alright, so I'm going to continue on like this. And I want to shut the camera off so I don't bore everybody to death, but you kind of get the idea here of what's got to happen. Alright, that's a good start. Let's see, and I'll just see if we can peel from there. Alright, so now that I've got at least a nice even sheet to play with, it's peeling off. Actually, very simply. Alright, I want to reposition to get the rest of it off, and then we'll clean that hood off again. Very good. One thing the instructions continuously say is clean the hood. So we will do that. And now, as you can see, I have just about, I got it. All right, so there's obviously a residue there, so we're gonna get some Goo Gone and wipe that in really good and get that all off, and then clean that with soap and water, then clean it with alcohol, and then we'll soap it up again. Get ready for the new install. So that went off easier than I was expecting, so that's a good first step. Okay, with the old vinyl off, I'm gonna give this a, so we'll get some Goo Gone on here. Let that soak in for a couple of minutes and Get that all wiped off. This is a pretty thin layer compared to what we dealt with last night, so hopefully this isn't too bad. So, all right, let that soak for a couple of minutes and then try and wipe all of that off. All right, been a couple of minutes. Let's see how this, oh, this is coming right up. Yep, coming right up. You can kind of feel where it's rough on the, where the adhesive is. Hey, morning. Good. Yeah, it's gorgeous. San Diego Appreciation Day. San Diego Appreciation Day. Yeah. All right. Here's a little bit sticking back here. May have to hit it again. But let me get around on that side and see if I can make that better. Just from a different approach angle. Yeah, a little elbow grease. So I say the Cascadia company is adamant about the hood being perfectly clear. Right, this may take a little more soak. That's in there pretty good. I'll get a little bit more there. Still a little bit here. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit, but it is coming up. Patience is a virtue on a project like this. All right. All right, let me get a little more glue on for this back section. In this little corner, you can kind of see in the light a couple spots here that aren't quite up yet, but we'll get there. All right, my lovely assistant has joined me to help me with the finer aspects of this. Yeah. Think we need a scraper?
Yeah, there's some in that drawer in the kitchen.
So a pot scrubber makes good use for this. It's gonna be the world's cleanest hood. I mean, to the eye, it's looking pretty clean at this point. Set around across that little pot scraper, though, you can maybe, yeah.
Let's spray it one more time with
Okay, with the glue gun?
glue gun.
All right.
Let that sit for a minute.
Think you got it?
I think that may have done it.
Nice. All right.
And then you scrub this thing, soap and water or whatever.
Yeah.
All that off.
Yep, I've also got rubbing alcohol we can put on it too. So.
Yeah, but that's after you wash it.
Yeah, but then, so there's rubbing alcohol, that dries, and then it's the soapy water to keep it slippery.
You need to wash it.
So yeah. I'm going to rinse the hood off with some soapy water. Get all that oil for the goo gone off. All right, I think in the caution, we're going to put a little simple green all over the hood as well, just to make sure we've got all of that residue off. And plus, I don't want any of it on the plastics or anything else. But I'm looking at the water and how the water runs off, and I don't see anything that's, like the water's not sticking on anything. So it looks like we did get all the adhesive off, which is good. Can you reach that with the stool?
Safe to have that electric cord out there in the water.
That'll be fine. Looking about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a towel.
All right. Quick run through here, and this should be the cleanest hood in Jeep history. One thing I can do is just open the hood and let the water drain off that way real quick. Let me do that, and that way there's less to clean up.
Don't we have a squeegee out here?
I don't know, but you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, but go get the. I can make it easy. Go get the squeegee. There's a squeegee in the bucket where the car cleaning stuff is.
Okay. If you just let me open the hood, all these little dents will.
All right, do it.
All right.
It seemed like that was extra work.
Yeah, not at all. It's a Jeep. See, that's a little bit better. Ready for me to start toweling?
Yeah, give me one.
Yeah, so in the directions for the Cascadia, it says the most important step is a clean hood. So we are not taking that to chance and trying to cut any corners
You
here.
can still see. You can still see where it was. I wonder if it took off.
It might have taken off on the clear coat or something. I can't see this hood being any cleaner though.
Still wet over there. I can see it.
Hmm?
It says still wet over there. I can see it.
All right, so at this point, it looks like Mickey and I have finished step one, which is the initial wash. And it's pretty funny. If it isn't this clean, keep trying. That's right, you're still cleaning. And now we do it all over again with the new sheet of vinyl. So start peeling back the TPU vinyl from its white back sheet, spray the underside, the adhesive side vigorously with soapy water. As it's peeled back, continue until the entire adhesive side of the vinyl is covered with soapy water.
Then we do that.
Then lay down on the white back sheet with the adhesive side facing up. Spray it again to make sure the entire adhesive side of the vinyl is covered in soapy water. And then spray the hood with soapy water, making sure the area where the vinyl is going to be completely covered.
Where's the alcohol come in?
I'll find out here. Oh, you know what? We probably should hit the alcohol first, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. All right, so go back to step one. So we're not quite done with step one.
Clean the hood.
Clean the hood with isopropyl alcohol. Step C. All right, so we're still cleaning. Okay, our last step in the cleaning process is to spray the area where the adhesive is going to go down, where the template's going to go down with isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I just pulled some out of my first aid kit. Goodbye, Jeep girl. Yeah, the emotional preparedness for this next step is the difficult part. Making sure this thing can slide around on the hood. So, look here, Mickey. The Matt does not need about it. There's a different shape, obviously, between this corner and this corner, so this goes towards the back. And so essentially it's going to fit in like that. And then it's just a matter of getting it as even as we can, so it'll literally...
Does it fit between that?
Yeah, it'll fit. It's made for it. It will. Yeah, so that's kind of how it's going to go.
Did we mark, like, use a pin or anything last time?
I think, did we use painter tape or something? We didn't use a pin. We might have used painter tape. There is it's supposed to be, they've got like an idea of how far from the hood hinge, from the rear of the hood there, how far it's supposed to be back. But I mean, honestly, it's going to be between those. So you've kind of got you've got a natural guide where the other cars don't have that. There's nothing on the hood for a reference point, so.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of play. You got a couple inches of play, so if you wanted a certain distance.
Well, all right, I'll see what the measurements are. Maybe we can put some little piece of tape there just to kind of give us a guide. Okay, so the particular skew for the solar panel is located on the back of the solar panel itself, right here. And ours has a 20 millimeter gap from the hood, and they also bring a ruler, so 2 centimeters. We'll put it right there. So we're going to just mark a little piece of painter's tape right there to give us that distance back, and we should be good to go. So yeah, 2 centimeters right on the edge there. I'm guessing a millimeter or two it's not that precise, but
well, I don't know. Each one was different, so yeah. I guess I could have given us a little wiggle room.
No, it's fine. So that's the 20 millimeters, 2 centimeters there. So that'll be the backstop, our guide, as we put this panel on. So now we're almost at the moment of truth where we start soaping this thing up and hoping to God it doesn't stick. So. I'm getting there. Okay, first pass. Once the vinyl is perfectly aligned, it's time to locate the vinyl squeegee, starting from the center and moving outwards. Make a few gentle passes on the felt side. Be careful not to shift the vinyl placement. Continue making gentle passes, slowly removing soapy water from underneath for the entire vinyl. Keep a low angle with the squeegee to avoid it being caught on the slot cutouts. On the second pass, it's now time to repeat step 2A, but this time with more force. Try to remove all the air bubbles underneath the vinyl.
I don't see any air bubbles, do you?
I don't. Third pass, use a heat gun to gently heat the entire vinyl and use the squeegee to remove any remaining air bubbles or soapy water. And after the third pass with the heat gun, use moderate to high pressure with the squeegee to keep it at a low angle to remove all remaining air and water bubbles. Wipe off the remaining soap and water with paper towels or a towel.
I don't see anything that looks remotely like an air bubble.
I don't either. It looks butter smooth. You want to use the non-felt side now?
No, I don't think you do. I never said use the
Oh, that's true.
side.
I'm like you, I can't tell if that's a wrinkle in it or if that's
I think there's wrinkles. I don't think it's...
Try the non-scrape side, not near the hole, but just try the...
Well, you've already put... If it's already heated down...
Yeah,
it's
too late now? Alright, that's fine. Not going to see it anyway.
But, I mean, I've been... They're not moving.
Yeah.
They weren't moving before, so... I think they're just wrinkles in the material.
Alright. Looks like we're good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Finishing up step 2, that's the third pass. Use a heat gun to gently heat the entire vinyl and use the squeegee to remove any remaining air bubbles or soapy water. Use moderate to high pressure with a squeegee and keep it at a low angle to remove all remaining blah, 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 blah. Doesn't say. Should be good. Use a microfiber towel and isopropyl alcohol to thoroughly clean the entire vinyl surface. Pay particular attention to the slot-shaped cutouts. Make sure each of these is perfectly cleaned with a microfiber and isopropyl alcohol. Let it dry completely for at least 2 minutes.
Go.
If you haven't put latex gloves on, this is a great time to do it. I will do that because I'm going to put the accelerant on it, the adhesive accelerant. So,
You're doing that?
Do you want to do it?
I don't know. Do you want me to do it?
I mean, I don't think it matters. You just cover each of those little holes with the stuff.
Please cover it.
All right, well, the template is now on, so the next step in this process is to put a layer of isopropyl alcohol on the template, focusing especially on the little cutouts where the metal is. And that's the step before we put the adhesion promoter on after that. So we're getting a microfiber towel, and we will start.
Go ahead and wipe it off.
Yeah, go ahead and wipe it off and then let it dry for like 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna go get some gloves and, or do you want to do the?
No, I'll let you. You want to do
Yeah, the adhesion promoter. All right, so it's been over a couple of minutes and now it's time to apply the adhesion promoter. See what this looks like. Hopefully it's a cloth of some kind. All right, well, it has been over 2 minutes. Yeah, it's got to have been over 2 minutes at this point. So we have the Velcro tabs laid out, and they're just that. They're little, like industrial Velcro tabs, not too hard. I am going to ask my lovely assistant to be in charge of this. Her fine motor skills are much better than mine. So, yeah, so peel the backing, goes inside the hole, evenly around the hole. Do not stick it on the vinyl.
Peel the back, and that's just the backing, right?
Yeah, that's just the backing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Here.
Got it.
Middle. If you use a light touch, you can kind of scooch it around a little bit.
Can you really? That's interesting.
When you're first putting it down, but once it goes down, it's.
Then it starts to adhere. Yeah, that's good to know.
I really thought there would be like more room around
More
it.
of a gap. No, that's pretty precise fit on each one of these. But actually, I kind of like that because there's less margin of error.
All right.
Okay.
I think that's it.
We're it. That's it. Nice.
Do these have to wait a while?
I'll give it a couple of minutes. I'll double check with the directions, but nice work. All right, use your fingers, firmly and evenly press down each dual lock, being careful not to bend any of the small plastic tabs. You want to make sure that each piece is making full contact with the vehicle hood. That's it. Now we're on to the solar panel installation. Be careful not to excessively bend the solar panel. Lay the solar panel on top of the dual lock vinyl. Align it so the vinyl is completely hidden on all sides. Gently lift the edges of the solar panel to shift it in small increments until it's perfectly positioned. Use your fingers to firmly press down the edges of the solar panel to engage the dual lock. Start by pressing down each corner and then proceed to press around over each individual dual lock piece. Use the palm of your hand with moderate force to make 100% sure that each dual lock piece is engaged. There's a piece or two of dual lock underneath the solar panel junction box that will need to be engaged as well. Make another pass with your hand, pressing down at every single point around the perimeter of the solar panel to ensure that every piece of dual lock has been engaged. Pressing down while sliding with a microfiber towel helps. Spend a few minutes to make sure that you didn't miss any spots. It is better to leave the solar panel installed permanently, which is what I intend to do. But the dual locks can be disengaged by carefully prying up the edges, so if we ever have to take it off, it should be easier than the version 1. And that's it. After that, I got it, because the rest of it's the cable routing and powering it, which I can handle.
I don't know.
Okay, we ready to fit the solar panel on? Oh yeah, they are aligned, huh? Okay, so it's not just, I wasn't sure if it was one strip or not.
So does that, those strips that are in the middle, is that sticky?
No,
That
it's just,
gets peeled off?
no, that's just padding. That's supposed to be on there. Alrighty.
So I'm not really,
Lined up exactly on the, there should be no black vinyl showing, which I'm not showing anywhere I'm at right now. And the front looks good. How do you look in the back?
looks good.
All right.
But I don't know, I guess.
That's it. Start.
There, I mean, I can, right there, okay. Is that it?
That's it. And start pressing it down. Press down on the outer, on your corners over there. And then there's got to be a lot of pressing down before we're done. So, because that Velcro's got to like totally see. You hear that? You're going to hear. Yeah, feel those.
Oh.
Like that.
That's wild.
That is wild, yeah. And then there's a couple back here by this panel, so let me make sure we get this, guys.
I got them on this side. I don't know about. Oh,
Nope, there's more. They said, I heard that on another video, that you can do it a couple of times and you'll continue to have a pop here and there. Oh, there's another one. Another one.
Guess we should have counted them.
Mm-hmm. All right, keep doing that and I'll see. I think there was, yeah, then there was something about taking a towel and pushing it on. Use your fingers to firmly press down the edges of the solar panel. Engage the dual lock. Start by pressing down on each corner. Proceed to each around the dual piece. Use the palm of your hand with moderate force to make sure that each dual lock is engaged. Make another pass with your hand. Press down at every single point around the perimeter. Pressing down while sliding with a microfiber towel helps. Use the heel of your hand, I guess, your palm of your hand. There you go. Still hit it, yeah.
No, those aren't pops. I think that's just. Look at this. It's good.
Yeah, looks really good. Well, I'm not hearing anything else, are you?
Those other ones were distinct.
Yeah, yeah, they were definite pops. I think that's it, hon. What do you think? That looks good. Definitely bigger than the other one, huh?
Yep.
And that's this thing has plenty of juice to like keep an ARB fridge or something overnight, like when the truck's off. And it'll just keep the battery topped off, which is nice. That's pretty cool.
How much work you got to wire it
It
up?
shouldn't be too hard. I may need your help just to fish that wire like we did yesterday. I gotta pry the hood open enough to get it under there.
Okay.
And then I'll wire it around to the battery and to the controller. I'm gonna put the controller where the old one was on the air box. So that should be pretty easy. So yeah, is there tape? What's holding that cable on?
Tape.
Yeah, if you want to undo that tape. Yeah, because it's the same thing. See those quick connects there? Those have got to fit between the
Do you got some scissors?
hood hinges. Do I have scissors? Yeah, let me get some. All right. You're almost there. It's just this rubber seal is what's holding it. There you go. Beautiful. And just feed that all the way in as much as you can.
Where does it go?
I'll take care of all that. I have to route it down the center. Perfect. Perfect.
All right. Am I done for a while?
You are done. Yeah, thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you. You are awesome. Okay, so for the install of this, I intend to mount the controller the same way I did on the last one, and I'll put that on top of the fuse box. The diesel is a little different than the 3.6s. I think on the 3.6 the fuse box is back there and the battery is a little forward here. Obviously the battery is in the very back and the fuse box is up here, but this makes a good location. I can Velcro that on with the two-sided Velcro and then kind of run the cables back through here. From the old solar panel I still have the zip tie retainers that are there, so I'm just going to reuse those, but if you're doing this for the first time, you'd need to clean that strip and put those zip tie holders in place along there to run this cable around and towards the battery. So they have the two connectors here, they go to the two connectors here, and then this will connect to the battery. There's a separate cable for the battery that I'll just put directly on the ground in the hot, and this is for an accessory if you wanted to charge something with this style of charging port. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to clean the plastic here as well as I can before I put the Velcro down on it to hopefully get that to adhere. Zip tie the cable and route it around and then plug it all together and we should be good to go. Alright, so like everything else, I'm going to start with a little orange oil just to get the old adhesive off the plastic here. Alright, so the Goo Gone is on and off. The soap and water is on and off. I'll spray it down with some isopropyl alcohol and get ready to mount the controller. And I'm also going to add a little bit of alcohol here on the controller. So this half of the Velcro will adhere on this piece as well. Alright, now we'll get that Velcro attached to it. Looks like it's perfectly cut for that piece right there, doesn't it? All right, now we'll fit this with the wires going back, so that's just going to sit right there. Easy access to the fuses, and then we'll start routing this cable in and get this thing done before it starts to get hot. All right, so we got that off, and we'll just Center that right along here. Okay, and there we go. That should cure up just fine. I never had any issue with the old one, so I don't expect I'll have any issue with this one. All right, and we'll go on and start feeding that in and getting that all situated where it belongs, and go from there. All right, to give myself a little more working room, I am going to raise this hood up all the way to the windshield, so put a little pad down here so it doesn't scratch, and work that up, and that'll give me a little more room to work in under here. Easy peasy. All right, now I got a lot of room to work, so be a little bit easier to fill in these zip ties and figure out how I want to run this. So probably go vertically, I think, like that. All right, so they're all loosely in, and now I'll just dip that down and into here. And try and bury as much of that as I can down and out of the way, and just to where it actually connects directly with these prongs here. Put that there, and then these guys will connect, so we're good to go there. All right, now doesn't look like I'm going to need the rest of the zip ties unless I want one more piece here, but honestly I'll probably just kind of keep that coming down there. I think this should probably be about right. And then this last one, just to kind of keep that nice and neat. So there we go. All right, snip those ends off, and that part is now complete. Got these all off. Okay, for a nice professional looking install. Okay, next step is to power up the hot and the ground. There's a dedicated wire in the kit for that. I'll go get that now. All right, so this is the what comes with the kit to attach the hot and the ground. And again, it's just got the plug that will go in here. It's marked battery, so you can't screw it up. And once it's all hooked up, we'll connect that, and that's it. So I'm gonna hit this on the hot and the ground, and yeah, we're about set, so we're getting close. So I'll go to socket, get this ground post off, get the hot post off, and get these two things wired up. I may see about running them maybe this way so I can kind of tuck in. I think I will mount them that way so they're a little out of the way, not running over the top of the battery. I've already got a lot of junk on here, as you can tell, but it all works. Yeah, probably get that in there somewhere, and then I'll just stretch this out a bit. Should be good to go there. Then we'll get a different socket here. Or is this the same? Yeah, that'll work. Loosen up the hot side. Okay, that's it. That is now wired. We will clean this up a little bit, running it underneath and down. I'll use a zip tie to kind of connect it to some of the existing harness that's in here, so it's not up against the hot engine. Yeah, we'll figure. I'll monkey around with that a little bit. I may end up just kind of bundling that up a little bit so it's not in the way of anything else. But again, to the battery, and here, moment of truth. And it's connected, and if you can see right here. All right, so post note on this project, the green light is now flashing and the yellow is there. So I will look at the manual and see what that means, but I think that's good to go. I think that's what the other one did, so we should be good to go. All right, so I'm going to try and link the app here. Create a custom name for your device. I think I will call it Jeep Solar, so I don't get confused down the road. F. And off we go. All right, I have a lithium battery. Yeah, all right. Resetting the battery parameters for the lithium. Oh, that's really nice. That's a nice feature. All right, we'll let that connect, and God willing, everything works. All right, so it is connected and is working. A bulk charge. The solar, 23.2 volts, 0.6 amps, 14 watts. Lithium battery sitting at 13.2 with a bulk charge. And it is connected. Okay, that's pretty cool. This is definitely a step up from the original that did not have this. So now you can kind of monitor it from your phone and not have to rely on trying to remember what the blinky lights mean. So cool. I think this is really neat. This will be good. Well, I definitely want to give a shout out to Cascadia 4x4. I have had their original solar panel plus their front license plate bracket that goes in front of a winch fair lead, so you can, it's a hinged license plate bracket, so you can raise and lower it when you need to lose the winch, but you're in compliance with the law in any state that requires a front license plate. So I've had really good luck with this company. Again, like everything else, I am not sponsored by them. As a previous owner of the first generation, I did get a discount on the new one, so that kind of helped me make that decision, but really good product overall. For anyone wanting to do this, I would definitely recommend it as a two-person job. It's just a lot easier to align the template and the solar panel and kind of get everything fitted with two people working on it, as opposed to trying to do it by yourself. Could be done singularly, but you definitely minimize the risk of having that template crinkle or wrinkle or start to stick when you don't want it, any of that. So Anyway, food for thought for that. Thank you. All right, everyone. Well, there is the finished and complete installation. So I think it looks good. It's got foam kind of around the entire edge. It's nice and secure. It's operating. Looks good. And hopefully this will last for a long time. So a good project, and got done before lunchtime. So not bad. Good way to spend a Sunday morning. Again, thanks for watching.